Hi guys. So welcome back to my channel. Um, Hello if you're new. My name is Ashley, and if you're new, that's kind of why I'm doing this entire video. So first of all, it's really weird for me to see myself in the camera. I made my cheek like super red earlier, and it's still red. But not only that, I haven't worn my contacts in like 4 months, so it's still really weird for me to see myself without glasses on. So I have my handy dandy Yoo-hoo here, and I have had a kicking migraine earlier today. Luckily, this one did not last for a long time. So that was good, but it's still like the aftermath of it makes my head super fuzzy. So we're going to do the best we can with this, but I didn't want today to go by before I filmed this video. I have my Yahweh shirt on. I'm just chilling. It's freaking cold in my house, so I have this sweater on even though it is like the middle of April. It should not be this cold in here, but it is. Okay, so let's get these thoughts together. So I'm doing this video for you guys because I realized with a lot of different subscribers, a lot of different people coming in and out of this channel, I'm getting new traffic that I haven't gotten before because I am starting to post consecutively and consistently, and I want to keep that momentum going. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas for this channel, and I really want them to come to fruition. I have had them for a while, but it's something that I feel kind of God pressing me to do now, whereas before it was just kind of a hobby, a whim, a thought, just kind of something to share, an outlet, if you will, to share kind of my life and being a stay-at-home mom and all of those things, which is totally what I want it to be. But I want it to be more geared towards a purpose, and I'm so thirsty. And Yoo-hoo, not really a thirst quencher, but it's just the sugar really helps with the headache. So yeah, I want it to have a direction and a certain purpose. And so I'm really excited to get that going. I have been consistent for a few videos now. I am trying to post about every other day. It gets a little wonky because there are obviously an odd number of days in the week, so it does get a little wonky. But my tentative hope is to post on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Sundays, and then Monday again. So it will just be 2 days in a row instead of skipping 3 days. So I think that's doable. So let's just go back. I created this channel a while ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. It was a year or two. I started cutting my channels in the categories that they belonged in. I originally started with Creative Chaos. It was Creative Chaos 1739. Don't ask me why those numbers. I don't know. I've used 1739 on a lot of things for a long time. I have no idea why. And I originally started that channel. I did a lot of paper crafting. I did planner videos. I did junk journals. I did junk journals that I put in my Etsy shop, so it was to promote my Etsy. I sold planners, like pre-decorated planners. I sold some of those. But I would do plan with me's, I would do journals, I would do crafting, I would do things like that. Then I started doing vlogs on that channel as well, and Dollar Tree hauls and all the things. Like, I've had that channel for about 6 years now, I think, something like that. It hasn't really grown, never been consistent, always used it as a hobby, but also it wasn't really a niche channel. I never really fit into a certain niche. I could just kind of put everything and just threw up all over the channel and did whatever the heck I wanted, right? Well, that's not really how YouTube works. And also, YouTube doesn't like when creators are just not consistent. And I've never been consistent. It's not been something I've really pursued. It's not something I really took the time with to be consistent. It's just kind of been a part of my life that I enjoy. I enjoy interacting with you guys. I've met a ton of cool people that will forever be in my life or have forever made an impact on my life on YouTube. Lots of different people, right? So it wasn't until about a year or two ago that I decided to kind of split my channels into the interests that they actually were. I had some people that I really respected that were kind of like, they weren't complaining, but they were just like, yeah, I don't really watch that content, but I like this content that you make. So it's kind of hard for me to weed through the different videos. And so I decided to just split them, not for any particular reason, but just because I wanted people to be able to go and subscribe and watch the content that they wanted. So I changed the Creative Chaos into a journal only channel. I haven't posted on there in quite some time. I think it has about a 400 subscriber list. Like 380 or something like that, and I specifically did it for flip throughs of journals or create with me's, where I do like the processes of journaling. But you guys, I just don't get to do it that often, and when I do, it's always loud, so I don't get quiet time to make junk journals. It's crazy and chaotic while I'm making them. Usually there's cartoons going on over my head while my kids are all hanging out in the room with me, and the baby is fussing or crying or talking or doing something, and then I'm just creating for snippets at a time. I don't have blocks of time where I can create or make journals or do anything. That's why I haven't posted anything new in my Etsy shop in quite some time. This pregnancy was super rough, and then having a baby and all of that, I just haven't gotten over there. But I have been posting on this one. This one's House of Johnson's. And then I used my other platform that I had originally started with planner videos to do Plan the Chaos. Now I'll leave all of these in the description box below. I am thinking of doing some flip throughs on my channel, but kind of adding them to the Plan the Chaos channel. Just because I don't think those are too off base from each other, the journal videos and the planner videos. I think they're kind of along the same vein at least, but this one I want to be completely different. So it wasn't until a couple of months ago that I really decided that I wanted to be more consistent on this channel. I wanted to create content on this channel. I want to share with stay-at-home mamas and homeschool mamas, and I want to share the way we homeschool and how I come up with curriculum and what I do with them and all of the different things. I really think it will benefit me. I think it will benefit the community, and I just think that I have things to give and share, as well as gaining wisdom from other people who have been doing it a lot longer than me. So with all that being said, it's something that I've really wanted to do. I also want to share about the struggles of being a stay-at-home mom, because I think it's something that's not really talked about. Everybody wants to shame us, right? And it's really funny. I'll get into that in a minute. But everybody wants to mom shame about how messy your house is and your kids have dirty faces, or why is your kid not eating, whole grain food and edamame and I don't know, whatever, like fish and I don't know, like a well-balanced meal for every single meal. And why are they eating sugar? And why are you doing this? And why is that? It's like child abuse, and this is negligence. And what are they doing while you clean the house? I mean, this red on my face is like driving me nuts because it's only on one side. But anyway, why is this happening? Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing this? You should be doing this better. This borderline's child abuse and all this craziness. Like, people, it honestly just makes me laugh, like the way that people are and how they come to attack. And they do it so quickly too. This is like one video, 2 videos of the most that they've watched, like little snippets of your life, and they think they just know everything. So that is hilarious to me. And I know that doing this channel, I am going to receive a lot of flack. That is totally fine. You guys, I have 6 children. And I'm going to introduce them to you in just a moment. But I have 6 children that range from 13 to 3 months. I have a busy life. I am very involved in the church. I do worship in the church. I play keyboard. I sing. I do a lot of different things, not quite as much as I used to since I've had the baby, but I was over nursery, and I am over event planning and event decorating and all of those kinds of things with different kinds of events and baby showers and wedding showers and all of the things that we do there. We're involved in small groups, and we're involved in, all these different things, and the boys are involved in boys club and very heavily involved in kids church and all of the different kinds of things. And it's a busy life. Like, I don't have time to, we homeschool, and I try to do the absolute best I can. There's always room to improve, especially, like I said, after having this baby. I want to do heavy homeschooling things with lots of fun projects and stuff I have in mind for the rest of this year. But we homeschool year round, and my kids are always outside playing and coming in and out and trampling grass and dirt and all the junk all over the floor, and they're dropping crumbs. I have a 3-year-old that just got potty trained, thank the Lord Jesus above. And all of these different things in my life make my life full and fun and crazy and chaotic and amazing and joyful. And I don't care if my house is not immaculate all the time. It's just, I would love it to be, but it's just not realistic for me. Maybe it's realistic for you. Maybe that's something that you hold value in and you make a top priority in your life. I'm just learning that I have, ADHD and probable autism that I am trying to work on getting a formal diagnosis for, and all of those kinds of things. And there's just a lot going on in my life, and it's not important for me to have a completely spotless room in every room all the time in my house. This is I think it's like a 2,900 square foot house, and it's way too big for me to follow them around, especially when they're spreading out in all areas of the house, making messes 100% of the day. It is too hard for me to put that expectation on myself to follow them everywhere, cleaning up every little thing. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. Can't do it, won't do it, don't want to do it. It's fine. So my house is messy, and guess what happens when it's really messy? I clean it up. I mean, I try to clean it up before it gets really messy, but you're going to see on this channel when we do Monday resets, sometimes it's this one that I'm about to post before you see this video, it wasn't bad at all. It was just me doing quick tidy ups, and it wasn't that big of a deal. The one before that, where we were busy on Easter weekend and we were pretty much come and go for 3 days, and I was exhausted, it was atrocious. It was a fat mess, okay? My room right now is a huge mess with about 6 loads of clean clothes that I have just dumped on the chair in the front of my bed, and they all need to be folded, and it's a mess in there. And there's, kids dumping grounds of a few toys here and there that they come in my room and dump and leave and do all the things. There's probably some of their shoes in there and craziness. Like, it's just, it's messy. I need to clean it up. The rest of my house is clean though. So it's just like, it's those things all the time. It's just one of those things. So I do just want to talk about what it is that I want to do here, but I also want to talk about the fact that it's okay for me to receive those kinds of comments. It is really funny to me. I have gotten a few negative comments about my Monday reset video. I've gotten a few negative comments about some grocery hauls I've done, but I got like pretty hardcore comments on one particular person, and this person was very harsh, talking about how it's child abuse that I don't force them to clean and I clean up after them. I mean, this is only 2 videos of me cleaning that this person has watched. Like, it's pretty crazy. So, my kids have chores. I could definitely do better at making them do more. Of course I could. But they do clean the upstairs for the most part. I have to go up there and do deep cleaning where I reset everything, because they're boys and they don't clean the best. You know what I mean? Like, this is the 13-year-old boy doesn't live with us. He cleans the worst. He just shoves everything in the closet or under the bed. But it's 11 to 3 that live up there. It's an 11-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. They all live upstairs. Like, they're not going to clean it the best. They're not going to clean it like mama cleans it. And so, I did get some pretty harsh comments, and that person kept talking horrible things and talking terribly about my kids and talking about never have another child. You need to get fixed, and your husband needs a vasectomy and all of this kind of stuff. So when it got cruel, I did block that person. But for the most part, I don't block bad comments. I do respond to them for sure, and I don't block them, and I don't delete them unless they start getting really, really heavy and they start really insulting my kids or just going too far and pushing the envelope. But I just let it roll off my back. My husband started to get frustrated because he was getting defensive of me when he read some of those comments, and I was just like, it's really not that big of a deal. Like, this is just the name of the game. Like, you're gonna have to expect it. So I have a pretty tough skin when it comes to comments and things like that. So I know that this channel is going to be one of those things. I'm going to expose things in my everyday life. I'm going to expose the mess. I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to expose things that happen in our everyday life, and I'm probably going to get criticism for those things, and that's okay. I think every mom that is transparent gets criticism. So with that being said, I do want to share all of those things with you guys. I want to share our homeschooling journey. I want to share how it's progressing, the failures, and the triumphs, because I think the failures are super important, especially to people who are just starting out. And I hope that those people join this channel, right? I don't want it to only be a homeschool channel. I want to do cleaning videos. I want to do vlogs. I want to do chats like this where I just sit down and share things with you. And I have another video that I'm going to film and after this one. So it's funny, I might even be in the same clothes 3 videos, because I was in the same clothes for my Monday reset, and now I'm doing this video for, I think, for Friday's video, I'm pretty positive, and then I'll be doing another one for Sunday's video after this. So hopefully, maybe I won't be in the same shirt, but I might. And so, you know, it's just, I'm trying to get it done when I can get it done and be super consistent for you guys. But there's a lot of different kinds of content that I would really like to include on this channel. And I hope that you guys will join me for that. I hope that you subscribe. If you are coming through this channel and you are just traffic in the video, I hope that you click that subscribe button, click the like button. Definitely comment. No matter if you have something critical to say, that's okay. I can take constructive criticism all day long. It does not bother me. I am not perfect, and I do not think I am. I can take ideas. I can take changes in people's opinions. I am totally open to that. However, if you do get ugly, I will have to delete your comments. And then if you keep getting ugly, I'm going to have to block your comments altogether, because I can't have you like insulting my kids or just being absolutely cruel. Like, there's a difference between being critical and being cruel. And so, you know, it just is what it is. But as far as criticism, that is totally fine. I am totally open to that. And where was I even going with that? I don't know. There's just a lot of content that I would like to include, and I do realize that that comes with positive and negative things. That's just the way it works. That's the way this platform works. And I'm ready for it, girlfriend. I got tough skin, okay? I really do. I let things roll off my back, and it's fine. I also would like to kind of just introduce myself and give myself a really quick backstory. I don't want this video to be like hella long, but I would like to just kind of give you a quick brief synopsis of me, pretty much. Okay, so I am almost 37. I will be 37 at the end of this year. I am a stay-at-home mom. I did work full-time with my firstborn, so all during okay, rewind. Okay, my name is Ashley. My dad is a pastor. He has been pastoring pretty much my whole life. Me and my husband met when my husband was 10 and I was 13 at my dad's church. We moved from South Alabama to Northern Alabama when I was almost 17. It was 2 weeks before my 17th birthday, when I was in the 11th grade. And we moved here, and 2 years later, my husband and his crazy wacko family also moved here. My husband had a rough childhood, and he does not speak to anyone in his family. The last person in his family he actually spoke to has just passed away. So his dad passed away when he was very, very young, and he doesn't talk to his mom or uncles or anybody, or his 2 sisters. He doesn't speak to them. They're just not a part of his life, and honestly, I think that is a positive thing for him, and that's always been his choice, but that is the way it is. And my family is his adopted family. They treat him like he's theirs, and that's just the way it is. He talks to my family oftentimes more than I do, especially my dad. He's very, very close to my parents, and so am I. And yeah, we got married. This is our second marriage for both of us. He's 3 years younger than I am, so he will turn 34 this year, and I will turn 37. He has a 13-year-old boy with his ex-wife. We do get along. We are cordial and friendly. It always was not that way. It has not always been that way. We've had our struggles, but we have both really grown up. Hello. And we get along really well now. And that relationship is so much better getting along than any other way. And so, yeah, we just do the best we can at co-parenting. We really try to communicate with one another, and that has improved in the last couple of years dramatically. And yeah, I started dating Joshua when his little boy was 6 months old, And so, yeah, I'm kind of all that Jaren's ever known is me in the picture. So she got remarried as well. I can't remember how old Jaren was. I think he was about 2 or 3, maybe 3 when she got remarried, something around there. And so, he's never really known anything else. And together we have, like I said, an 11, an 8, a 5, a 3, and a 3-month-old together. And so, we have had a rocky marriage. There's been a lot of things that have happened in our marriage. I really hope to get him on the channel with me to kind of talk through some of that. I know some of it's kind of fresh for him, but I do think it's content that is very helpful and that is helpful for other marriages and other people. It's a great testimony of God's grace and mercy and the miracles that he does in our life. And we have been separated twice, and we have actually been technically divorced. Now, in the state of Alabama, it's not there anymore. It was washed away, but we were divorced for 28 days. And on that 28th day, we did get the divorce erased and just nullified, all of the things. And he started working in counseling and started working in he got on anxiety medication and went to some doctors, and he started going to meetings, and all of those things. He gave his heart to the Lord first and foremost, and then started working on himself because he did have a very heavy alcohol issue for about almost 2 years, about 1.5 years, and it got really bad. There's no sugarcoating it. It just did. It got really rough. So, not physically in any way, not mentally or emotionally to the boys, except for the fact that they were, kind of exposed to some different emotional and mental abuse that, he did towards me, whereas he was always angry with me and things they probably heard him say. Thankfully, most of it was behind closed doors, but they weren't stupid. They definitely knew a lot of things were going on, and they definitely knew that Dad was not well. And so, a lot of things had to happen to heal those relationships between their dad and them. He is amazing with them. He loves every single one of them, all 6 of them. He really works on each individual relationship, and we have been back together for a little over 1 year now. And in that time, he has really tried to cultivate each separate relationship one at a time so that he can fix and repair the damages that caused. And so, because it did cause a lot of damage, but luckily it's not irreparable. Children are very forgiving if you do make the change and do what you need to do to take care of yourself and them. So he's a really great dad, and he's come so far with being a better dad and a better husband and a better to himself, to his own self. He wasn't very good to himself either. So it's a journey every day. That's something I really would like to share with you guys, because alcoholism, whether you are the one with the problem or you are the family member of the one with the problem, it is really a traumatic and horrible thing, and it really does help to have support, and whether it's people you know or people that you don't. Okay, thankful for editing because I just had a phone call. Speaking of my dad, I don't remember what I was saying, but I do think that content on our journey with alcoholism and getting, I'm not going to say getting over that, because I don't really think it's anything that you ever get over, but going through the journey with having an addiction is really helpful for a community, because I know that I've watched podcasts and TikToks and all kinds of different things on the subject, and it really did help me when I was in the thick of it. So that's something I really do want to share. It's very personal, it's very raw, it's very real, and he's not a YouTube creator. He doesn't have any interest in that, so I don't know how comfortable he's going to feel sharing it with millions of people. Millions are going to watch this, but you know what I'm saying, like the capacity of it to be how many ever people on the internet. So I don't know, but it's just something that I want to be able to share, because I do think that it is very helpful. And that kind of brings me to kind of me. I am a stay-at-home mama who loves staying at home with my kids. I did work full-time for when we first got married, all the way until we had Tristan, and then all of Tristan's life until Killian was born. And then I worked until Killian was about 3 months old. So Tristan was about 3.5, and I stopped working to stay at home full time. I love working. I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I had started from the bottom of the retail world and made it to visual merchandising. It's something that I absolutely loved, head over heels. And then I started working in retail management and kind of made a way for myself there. And I had prospects of going into higher management, but then I stopped working. And then I did work as like a designer, where I did interior decorating in people's homes in the retail world. I worked for Pottery Barn, if you guys have ever heard for that, and did like consulting and things like that with them in their homes, and would order things from Pottery Barn to design their space and all of that kind of stuff. And so designing and decorating and all of those types of things, merchandising, if you will, is kind of along the same vein as like event decorating and decorating spaces and things like that. It is definitely my passion. I'm a very creative, abstract thinker. Hello, if I am on the spectrum, that would definitely explain a lot, wouldn't it? But yeah, I have ADHD to a crazy level. It's very hard for me to concentrate on things. It's very hard for me to focus on one thing and be consistent. Consistency is something I battle throughout my life, in all of my life. It's something that's very, very hard for me to do. It's very hard for me to stick to a routine. However, I like routine and perform best on routine, but it's very hard for me to stick to it. I shy away from it. I'm like, no, don't feel like doing that. But at the same time, it's really what helps me work the best. Now my camera's falling. But yeah, I love to make handmade journals. Art journals, if you will. I make those and sell them in my Etsy shop. It's something that I do on the side. Haven't done so much of that since I was pregnant with Jensen. Haven't done so much of it since I've been pregnant with Jensen, actually. But pregnant with Evander, and then having Evander, it's just a lot. To be able to be hands-free for any length of time. It's not like I can say, go play, Evander. Like, he's not going to play. He's going to be right there. And Jensen has been a very, very clingy boy for 3 years. So I haven't gotten a lot of, dabbling in that part of my life in a while, in that hobby. But yeah, I do love ministry. I do a lot of that, and I like to give and pour my heart out. I am a very, very, very introverted person, although I can seem extroverted if you see me out, because I will talk your ear off, but secretly I just am a hermit who prefers to be home. I love the outdoors, though. I love it. I love the sun on my face, my feet in the grass. I love it. I would do hiking and kayaking and rock climbing all day long, all day, every day. If I could, I would soak it all in. I want to be outside. I do not want to live in this suburbia world that we live in right now. We live in a HOA suburbia land, and I do not like it. It's not my preference. I would really rather move out into the middle of nowhere in the boonies and just, do my freaking thing and let my kids play all over the place. That is what I would prefer. I think the baby's crying. Joshua's with him, but I think he's crying. And so that's my preference. I would love a farm. Like, holy crap, I would love a farm. Can I do a farm? I don't know. I have a black thumb, so farm is not really in my description, but I don't know if you can see, like, I would love a farm. It is my dream life. A little cottage core, kind of granny style house with it's my thing. It's my jam. And I don't know. I'm just crazy. I'm just raw. I'm just genuine. I'm just me. And there's no fancy things. It just is what it is. And I'm here for it. And yeah, that's just me. So I would really love for you to just join me, just be friends. Like, I would like to be friends. Let's just be friends. Let's build this community. Let's do what we got to do. And I really think that I have a lot to share and a lot to give. So I kind of wanted to reintroduce myself to any of you that might be new And I just want to really encourage you to talk to me in the comments, talk to me in an email, talk to me wherever you want on any platform, because I really want that sense of community here, and that's what I want to build. I don't want to just make content. I want to make a community, and I want us to get close, and I want to know who my subscribers are. I want to talk to you guys. I want to have relationships with you. I want to get to know things that you struggle with and things that are going in your life, and what can I pray for you for. Those are the things that I really want. And so, yeah, that's my goal here. I just want to share raw and real things that I feel can minister and help people. And I want to communicate with as many people as possible and get to know you. And that's my goal. So that's a little bit about me and my family. I am going to dive a little bit deeper. I actually want to do a series on my testimony because it's a lot and there's so many things to it. It's going to take several parts. So that is something that I want to do for my Sunday videos for a little bit, is kind of share parts of my testimony and kind of break it down in a little bit of categories so that I can kind of share with you some things that I have went through, just to kind of let you know me a little bit better. But I am going to introduce you to my kiddos, and yeah, so let's do that real quick. This is Tristan. He is our oldest. He will be 12 this year, almost in youth group, which is insanely hard to believe. He is so helpful to me. He definitely is good with babies, animals, all things to help his mama, except for his next sibling down. They fight fiercely. He has a creative, abstract mind, and he is incredibly smart. This is next down the line, 8-year-old Killian. He just turned 8. He is so fun-spirited, but so sensitive. He gets his feelings hurt at the drop of a dime. But with that comes his heart on his sleeve, and he has a huge heart for absolutely everyone. Always concerned about other people's feelings. Always concerned about everybody's feelings around him, stranger or otherwise. He is absolutely precious. This is 5-year-old Alaric. I mean, look at that smile. You can already tell he is absolutely precious. He loves to be loved on by his mama and daddy, but he is also a loner. Sometimes we don't even know where Alaric is in the mix of everyone else. He likes to be by himself, doing things by himself, but he is so precious. If you want to know the real deal, just ask Alaric, because he will tell you, no feelings spared, just exactly like it is. And next is 3-year-old Jensen. He is a Sour Patch Kid through and through, without a doubt. He is very sweet, but first, before the sweet, comes the absolute sour that will drive you absolutely out of your mind. He gets into every bit of mischief that he can possibly find whenever he can find it, and he drives you to the brink. But I mean, look at him. Precious. He's cute, and he knows it. And last, but certainly not the least, as the 5 that I have birthed, is 3-month-old Evander. He is chubby, he is huge, he is wearing 6-month clothing at 3 months. He likes to copy his mama making sounds to him. He is absolutely precious, growing like a weed, and making his mama and daddy very proud. Okay, you guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I am not going to show my kiddos. I'm not going to show my kiddos. Oh my gosh, I said it again. I'm not going to show my kiddos very often on these videos, because I do want to keep their privacy, and it's not something that I like. I don't like when people are oversharers about their kids, but you're probably going to see them in clips here and there while I'm cleaning, or while I'm homeschooling, or while I'm doing all of these things, and kind of me showing you examples of our homeschooling and things like that, things that we do, vlogs and stuff. But I don't want it to become like my channel is overtaken by my kids. They don't mind me on camera. They're fine with it. Some of them want to be, but I just don't want to get into the habit of making that like the majority of my channel. If you subscribe to this channel, you're getting me and my life, and my life just revolves around them most of the time, so you're gonna see them here and there. That's kind of how we're gonna leave it for now, and see how that goes. And then if I feel like they are not being respected and honored, then I'll just take them out altogether and you won't see them ever at all. But I do want to introduce you to that. I did want to introduce you to them and just kind of let you know who they are. So when I talk about them, you'll kind of see a face with a name. And so I did want to share a little bit of that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. Like, you don't understand how much I appreciate you. And if you hit that subscribe button, I appreciate you all the more. And I definitely want to get to know you and struggles and triumphs in your own life. And I appreciate you. So thank you so much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.